Hey guys, Tish over here, got a video today. Now this won't be a long video for you guys, but it will be a video that I would like to talk about for at least a couple of minutes. So anyway, the top 32 duelists and decks from YCS Charleston, I believe that's how you pronounce it, came up last night, and of course there's a couple of things to take from this. It's a bit interesting, worth making a video about. So anyway, Sorab Pasikani went straight sets 10-0 with Volcanics, and then if you look past that, you can actually see the common names that you get here: Burning Abyss, Cleaforts, Tellarknights, Burning Abyss, and the list goes on. But Volcanics managed to be the only deck in the tournament to go 10-0. Now that's very, very surprising, and the deck is obviously incredibly powerful. Its Cleafort matchup is a bit iffy because its Scattershot combo isn't very strong against it, but against other decks like Burning Abyss, and then you combine it with stuff like Abyss Dweller, the deck has a lot of really cool things that it can do that can really get into Burning Abyss's shoes. So with the fact that you can see here that Burning Abyss, sorry about the little thing there, but as you can see here, Burning Abyss actually takes up most of the top 16. I don't know whether 16 hits here, but it's basically half of this list. And as you can see here, Burning Abyss, Burning Abyss, Burning Abyss, and it goes on and on and on. So Burning Abyss is by far one of the dominant decks of this man. In fact, by the looks of it, it's represented more than any other deck in the current meta. Now, it's obviously a 700 man tournament rather than a 4,000 as you have in previous YCSs, but it's still a formidable amount. And of course, this is going to be the best players coming to this event, so we would expect to see the best decks. So with Burning Abyss completely dominating, we can see here that they won by sheer numbers, almost, but Volcanics definitely managed to win here. But as you can see here, the one reason why Volcanics won was probably because of the fact that it was a medical. You can see here that Burning Abyss is just dominant, and therefore with that, Volcanics with Scattershot and Abyss Dweller and a few other cards that they can go into, Vanity's Emptiness and stuff like that. Scattershot is a really strong card against Burning Abyss when you have the combo. So you go straight into the right cards, you basically prepare yourself for Burning Abyss, because Burning Abyss play almost exactly the same every time. And of course Volcanics can really play around Fire Lake and a few other things. So with that, it seems to me like Volcanics being successful in this event was purely a meta call. Of course, going 10-0 is completely amazing. He did not lose a single match, which is incredible. So with that, you can see here that he really did take on the fact that Burning Abyss was going to be the best deck of this format, and he managed to play with that. So he took up Volcanics with the knowledge that he was going to do well, because he knew that he was going to be playing Burning Abyss round after round. Although he could have played Cleaforts every round by luck, or being unlucky in his case, and then he would have done nowhere near as well, because Cleafort would have dominated him mostly every time, and he would have won just by the fact that his general win rate would not be as high. So with that, he got kind of lucky, but at the same time, Volcanics is an incredibly powerful deck. It wins against almost everything except Cleaforts to some extent, although it has some decent stuff against them. And another thing that I want to take from this top 32 here is that there is absolutely zero heroes. And now there are lots of hero variants. There's an Infernity hero, there's the standard hero, there's Harpy heroes, there's a whole different bunch of heroes that you can get. So heroes have really made a splash into the scene in the last couple of days since their release. But in actual terms of the top 32 here, there's nothing. There's no hero absolutely anywhere. And there's only one Shaddoll, in as far as I can see, in this entire thing here, one Shaddoll deck. So Shaddoll is practically finished now. They're just not going to be able to represent themselves in terms of their sheer numbers, unlike Burning Abyss can. So with that, Shaddoll is basically on the same level as Hero now, except Hero has Darklaw. So it's kind of like Shaddoll's is no longer number 3. So because Artifact Tellarknights, and as well as the Tellarknights, represented themselves more than Shaddoll's, it looks to me like Tellarknights are back back on 3rd place now. So we've got the Cleaforts, we've got Burning Abyss, and we have Tellarknights, and then coming up the rear, we've got Volcanics, Shaddolls, and Heroes. So that would be our tier 2 roughly. We need to see a bit more Volcanic action, but they've been doing pretty well in regionals. So that's good. But of course, as I said, Heroes is really not representing here. We need to actually get a few more people on the piggybacking on Heroes and starting to see them do more. So it's a very interesting top 32. There's a lot to take from it, but you have to keep in mind that Volcanics here was a pure meta core. Any other kind of representation of Cleaforts that were higher than this, and I don't think they would have done as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and comment down below your opinions of the top 32, what you thought about it. You could say it was incredibly covered in Burning Abyss. You can say that it was just one deck, But there's a lot of other decks in here, but mostly it is just Burning Abyss and Cleaveforts. So anyway, thanks for watching guys, and until next time, the Thetcglover is out.